Well, first of all, it was just really awesome to be a part of the homecoming activities and being part of the athletic events that were going on. And we had amazing crowds this weekend, so I just want to, again, thank the people for coming out. Friday night was just awesome with the students and how involved they got and into the match, so we're just really appreciative of that and very excited that we were able to be a part of the homecoming. We had a pretty good weekend as a whole. I think we struggled a little bit on Friday night to get things going. I thought we were pretty average, both offensively and defensively, but we did find a way to win that match in 3. And after we left the locker room or got into the locker room after that match, we definitely knew that we would need to play better on Saturday. Saturday we went up against a very tough Illinois State team that's been playing extremely well. And fortunately for us, we did pick it up, in my mind, in all aspects of the game. I was really pleased with every part of our game. When you look at the defensive side of things, our blocking footwork and execution, in my mind, was probably the best it's been all year. And like I've said many times, our blocking seems to feed into the rest of our defense, and we were just scrappy. We were not letting the ball hit the floor, and it was every single kid on that court being responsible for that. So very excited about our defense. And then on the other side of that, offensively, we hit 302 against one of the best defensive teams in our conference. So that was awesome to see. And it was definitely a balanced effort. We had 4 kids that were double-digit in kills. Defensively, we had 5 kids that were double-digit in digs. So just an overall a really good team effort. I would like to point out a couple of people performances. Krista DeGeest had an amazing weekend both nights. She hit over 400 in both matches. She led our team in kills and blocks on the weekend and was just really proud of just her whole overall attitude. We've challenged her a lot with being that player that's going to own the net and take responsibility for that, and she really stepped it up this weekend and did that, so very proud of her effort. And then I'd also like to point out Molly Turk. I think she had one of her best weekends as a whole. She just continues to really grow and develop as a setter. Her decision making, her ability to get our hitters in good positions to score is really improved. She's attacking a lot more than she used to, and she's doing it at times where she's able to score, so very proud of that. And I think the other side of things, you know, she has that position to lead our team offensively, but she's also doing other parts of the game well as well. She's blocking well, she's serving tough, and she was one of those defensive players that just had the right attitude and keeping that ball off the floor on Saturday night. So very proud of her effort and her growth over the last few weeks. We head into what is going to be an extremely tough road weekend. We play Friday night against Wichita State and on Saturday against Missouri State. And Wichita is 1 game behind us. We have 1 loss with Creighton at 1 loss, and then Wichita State has 2 losses. And this is the team that I've said many times is the most physical team in our league. Very big and physical, very athletic. They'll have 4,000 plus fans there, I'm sure. We know they'll be very prepared against us. And I think what makes the toughest to defend against Wichita is they not only have very capable attackers, every single one of their attackers are very strong, but they're the type of team that can hit anywhere along the net with any of their players. They can hit any tempo. So to me, they're the most unpredictable team, no matter how many matches you scout. They have a lot of different things that they can throw at you. So we will go in very prepared as far as what we've seen on video, what we've done when we played them at our place. But again, they're a team that can throw a lot at you. So being prepared and also being able to make adjustments during the match will be huge. They do the same thing defensively. They have 4 or 5 defenses that they throw at you at different times. So when you think one thing's open, the very next play they might be doing a completely different defense. So being able to communicate that very quickly on the court will be important to our match on Friday night. So a tough Friday night match, and then we turn around in less than 24 hours and play also a very tough Missouri State team. Missouri State is a team that at our place when they came, was very disappointed in their performance. I know they'll be way more prepared and ready to go at home to show what they're really all about. They're a great team offensively and defensively as well. Both teams have very active setters, so that's something we'll have to be prepared for. The other thing with Missouri State, that's where the conference tournament is this year, so we'll have a nice opportunity to compete where we're going to be at the end of this month in the all-important conference tournament. So looking forward to this weekend, playing 2 great teams on their home court, and As I've said from the very beginning, taking care of business at home is what this conference has really been focusing on, and knowing how important in this conference race where it's at is, and those matches are going to be important for those home teams. But I know we're looking forward to getting in the gym this week and practicing some things that we think will be very helpful for us as we head onto the road this weekend. Any questions?
Coach, last time you guys went on the road, you lost your Friday night match. Any lessons you can take from that one to be ready to go this Friday night?
Well, I think, we need to take lessons even from the last few matches that we've won on Friday night. I think Friday night has been a little slow for us for whatever reason. I don't like to talk about that a whole lot, because then I think they go into it kind of thinking, okay, Friday night's slow for us. But just as coaches, trying to figure out how we can be more prepared on Friday night. Sometimes I feel like it's a little bit of the opponent. I think you don't talk about this, but when you look at our opponents this weekend, we have Indiana State, who's towards the bottom of the league. We have Illinois State, who's towards the top. I don't know if that's part of it. So obviously that won't be a factor on Friday night. But we just know that we have to be prepared in every way in both matches this weekend. And it's always that kind of road trip, even when they're at home, that's what we have to be prepared for. I think the hardest part is, our focus will be Wichita State, and then trying to turn around and play a very tough Missouri State team with not a lot of practice against them will be the biggest challenge for us.
Just looking at the stats from Saturday, all the teams' blocks came in the first set, but you mentioned how good the blocking technique and everything was. How are they still able to have an effect even if the blocks aren't coming up on the stat sheet?
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. I think blocking, unfortunately, is not all about the number of stuff blocks that you have, and I think that's what most people look at. But for us, it's being able to funnel the ball to the people we want digging it. It's able to slow the ball down as opposed to maybe just stuff block, because to be honest, sometimes you block a ball very easily into the opponent's coverage. They're able to transition out of it quickly and score just by being fast with their offense. So part of ours is just getting good touches that we can transition out of, and part of it is funneling it to the people that we want it to be funneled to. And I thought that was the biggest part of our execution on the weekend.
You're averaging almost 3,000 fans per home game. Do you know how that kind of ranks across the country in attendance?
I don't, Colin, and you put the pressure on you. It's definitely up there for sure. Every year we're top 15, top 20 for sure. So this year that's more of an average than we've had over the last couple of years. So I'm sure, we're for sure in the top 15, if not higher than that. But it's been amazing. And, it's unfortunate we don't have more home games this year, but that has definitely been something our kids have very much appreciated. All right, thank you.